Hey everybody, this is Kurt Senderope TV. I wanted to do an update video on one I did a while back on a bug out bag. I've learned a lot over the years. I did that video back in, I believe, 2008, and it might have been 2009, but I think it was 2008. In any case, learned a lot over the last couple years about this kind of stuff, about prepping and different things, and I thought I'd do an update on this. One of the big changes I made to that bag was food. I've added a lot more food to the bag, and this is just my bag. I've got more set up for the wife and kids and other stuff. But in any case, this is just what I carry in my bag. And so I wanted to talk about some of this different stuff. I mean, people are like, what in the world are those? Well, these are vegetarian hot dogs in a can. Together is about 4 pounds. Well, so eat this the first day, and then you'll have 4 pounds less weight. Some other things, sunflower seeds, peanut butter, rice, a Mountain House meal. I tried the Wise Foods, hated it, so I'm going to try this out and see if it's any different. And then some Cliff Bars. You could use any type of bar like that. And then in here is a pressure thermos. And in here I've got some vacuum cooked or vacuum sealed powdered soup. So basically add water, put this in there, and abracadabra. You could boil the rice and also mix it in with the soup, but I would do that in 2 stages. So boil the rice, mix it in, boil some more water, mix it in with the soup, and then you've got rice in your soup. But it just depends. I haven't actually tried that yet as far as just dumping everything into one. This is ready within minutes if you do it that way. If you just want to cook it in the morning so you have it for lunch later in the day, well then that would probably work. Just dump the rice in here and let it pressure cook. And it's a great little thermos cooker, and works real good. I've got more hand warmers than I need. I'm in the process right now of kind of reorganizing some stuff. One of the things I've started doing ruck marches with my pack out in the woods over hilly terrain, and then I started to look at what was in my bag and chuck what I didn't need, and that would give me more room for food. For example, I had extra pairs of pants, extra shirts, these other things that really don't need to be in there. I mean, I've got rain gear, and so I'm not really worried about getting wet. You can clean it if you can clean it. If you can't, you can't. Some tissue, deodorant. That's more. You don't have to have that, but I decided I was gonna. Toilet paper. You can get these at any outdoor store. Now, something to think about: if these aren't things you eat normally, and these are things I eat normally, but if they're not, it's going to do some interesting stuff to your bowels. So you might need an extra one of these. Water is key. Water is very important. You can live without this. You can live without all of this, but you can't live without this. You have to have water. So I've got a few waters. I've got a hydration bladder in the pack, and in this case I have water purification tablets if I need more water. I also have another pack that I'll show you that goes with this pack. It's kind of a two-step system, and it's got a water purifier in there. Toothbrush, toothpaste, some saline for my contacts in case I can't remember, in case I went unable to grab my glasses, bug spray, eating utensils, multi-tool. I wish this thing had a fire starter on it, a magnesium rod, but it doesn't. But that's the only drawback. I do have a fire starter. It's out of the kit at the moment. I got to put it back in there. Batteries. This is a HX370 made by Standard Horizon, which is technically made by Vertex, which is technically made by Yaesu. So, but this radio, these are the batteries for that, extra batteries. I have 4 of those radios, and I've got my ham license, so they're all programmed with all the repeaters in the area. Batteries are important. A way to heat your food. This is a little MSR pocket rocket. I don't know what these cost. I've picked a lot of this stuff up over the years. This is a nice little setup. The fuel is actually inside here. Stores in there. I put this on the fuel can and heat this up. This is a nice little cooking system. You can eat out of it. You could cook out of it. You can boil water. It's got a heat exchanger on the bottom, so it heats up pretty fast. Mess kit, which you could live without, but it's nice to have. You know, it's better to have and not use. You can always ditch these things in a cache along the way if you don't think you need them for what you're doing, but you should have them. A saw. This thing's a piece of junk. It's made by Gerber, and I hate it. And I hate it because it's a piece of junk. I wanted to really like it because it's a cool design. But I was cutting a piece of cedar, not even that big around, and this thing cracked off on me. So I got to figure out how to return that and whatnot. Let's see, what else? I've got some. These normally hold test strips. Come on, and they seal really well. These normally hold test strips. This is an expandable little wipe that you can, once it's expanded and dried out, actually use to start fire. I've got some Advil and some different things in there. I think what's in there? Benadryl. Whistle. You can use that for all kinds of stuff. Camping hammock. These are what I recommend. Whether you've got a camping hammock or you're going to use tarps or whatever, these are called slap straps, and they're made by Eagle's Nest Outfitter, ENO. You can get these at most outdoors places. And they compact pretty well, about half the size of what that compacts down to. And then you can, they have these little straps at intervals where you can get exactly the length you'd need to pull the tightness you'd need on your hammock or your tarp or whatever. I've actually considered I should probably go out and get another thing of these. They're cheap, and you really can't go wrong. I couldn't make these by buying nylon webbing and sewing them. I could not make these for as cheap as they sell them, so I highly recommend these. Fleece sweater, something to keep me warm. Every tactical prepper eventually goes out and gets a shemagh, so that's what this is. You've got your got an extra pair of socks here, very important, and I've vacuum sealed them so they stay dry. I've emptied out all this because I'm currently in the process of repacking. I'm actually going to put all my food in here. I've got a tarp, a little tarp to throw out, either to use as in a scrape, where you scrape out some dirt and lay it down. I could put it over my head if it's raining. Lots of uses for a tarp, and this is a compact one. You can get these at Walmart or anywhere. This shirt's probably going to go. Just a tactical, doesn't, I don't know what these are called, 511 shirt. I don't even know if they still make this one, but I like this shirt. It's just unnecessary, so it's probably going to go. Blanket, that's staying, and that'll fit up inside here. I'll show you the pack in a minute. Extra t-shirt, extra pair of socks, extra underwear, so you can see this is the 511 Rush 72. Liberty or death, don't tread on me. Lots of storage space. This is a really nice pack. I've got some extra stuff in here, some sugar, notepad if I need to take notes for any reason, or draw out a map, or have directions written down. I'm type 1 diabetic, so I have extra insulin in here, some extra syringes, and side pockets as well. It's got side pockets. And then there's a pocket on the top for glasses or sunglasses. There's a hydration spot in the back here. So you got your hydration bladder, and I can fill that up and feed it out right here, and feed it out the bag to the other side so I can drink out of it. So all that to say, you've got this giant pack here, and if I keep it down to around the weight that I want, which is probably around under 40 pounds, I also have the option then of adding this pack onto it. I've already got the clips here, and it's what's called a tiered pack system that 511 came up with, and I've got these clips already pre-positioned on this pack, so I can actually put this pack on top of this pack, and it makes it a little unwieldy But let me tell you, you're going to want the things that are in this pack as much as you're going to want all of this stuff if you're in a 72-hour or more situation out there. I'll show you a couple of the things in this pack. This is a single-day assault pack, preloaded with ammunition and lots of other stuff, and it's all in this trunk ready to go at a minute's notice. I've got a bunch of other stuff in here I'm not going to get into, but I'll get into some of the stuff here. This is a pretty neat thing I picked up. It lets you meter out the light from a chem light. So I can meter out a tiny bit or meter out a lot, depending on what I want to do. Now, I'm not going to go into everything that's in here, but I got more Clif bars, more ammunition, boxes of ammunition. I've got some gloves, Condor gloves. This is a Condor pack, by the way, in multicam. Highly recommend Condor stuff. I switched most of my 511 out for Condor. I just happen to like this backpack, so I've kept it. But more water purification, another notepad, Ranger handbook. There is some more food in here. In this section here that I opened up at the bottom is a first aid kit down there that's got a bunch of other little odds and ends in it, and then more food. And I've got a 22 conversion kit inside this tube with the red top, and it converts my AR into shooting 22. You can see there's my other toilet paper. I knew I had another one of those somewhere. So you've got a lot of stuff in here. Freeze-dried apples, freeze-dried corn. That corn can be mixed in with the soup, or it can be eaten raw. It's actually really good. I'm picky, so if I'm saying it's good, it's good. There's a hydration section, and you can see that it's got the ability to hold the hydration stuff up here. So I might, if I'm taking a patrol out, I might take half of this stuff out and only take what I would need for a day on a patrol. So I might take a bunch of these things out, put my hydration bladder in there, take out some of this other stuff, just kind of shift things around, only take what I need. So I hope that helps. I hope that, and I'm not going to get into too much on backpacks, but let me talk about this before I wrap it up. This is a good backpack. You know, it's got both sides. You can feed your hydration stuff out here. But a backpack really is meant to hold your stuff. That's all it's there for. You notice there's no sleeping bag in here. This is it's hit the fan, and I'm not really concerned about comfort. I'm concerned about surviving. Backpacks shouldn't hurt your shoulders, and that's about it. They need to be able to carry a load. So you can go to any old sporting goods store and pick up a pack that'll hold all of this stuff. Probably better than the 2-pack system. But I like this system because I've got I use this stuff on a regular basis, and then this is my, things have gone really south. But you got to also, other thing is, don't just stick it up on a wall and never use it. You should be out in the woods with your pack, rucking with it, to make sure that, one, you're not getting fat and lazy, and two, that you can move with speed and agility and get the job done. You can't do that, what good are you? So just think about that. There's lots of really great backpacks out there. I highly recommend Condor. 511's good. If you got the money, go buy the Warhammer. I mean, it's an insane backpack, but it's like almost $400. So pass, thanks. Get an Alice pack. Go down to the local hardware store. Go down to the local flea market. I guarantee you, there's somebody there buying and selling that stuff, and you can pick up some stuff for a really good deal. Multicam's great. A little bit pricey unless you can find some good deals. Go buy some Woodland. You just get your hands on the gear you need so that you're ready to protect your family. Now, this video went a little longer than I wanted it to, but I wanted to cover everything in here. And if you have suggestions, you think I missed something, and my e-tool, that's buried down in that thing somewhere. That should be in the pack. But other than that, let's see. Stay sharp.